Hey guys, how's it going? Nice rainy sunny day, Sunday day, and I decided to partake in getting my front seat to somewhat comfortable of a status. So this is going to be the beginning of the road trip, and this is what I started with. As you can see, not much left of anything. This would have been the original fabric that was on it. As you can see over here, it's pretty dry and brittle. I have what's left of the horsehair, factory matting, and then there's what's left of the frame, which I don't think looks too bad. I seem to remember on the bottom side being a bunch of rotted out spots. So let's see what we got. Yeah, right there. So I'm gonna go take and disassemble some of this and see what I can do for fixing what I can fix, and see if we can get ourselves a halfway decent seat again. So stay tuned. Alright, well, I got this flipped over and stripped down. I'm kind of looking at what I have for rot. You can see it's pretty extensive, you know. It's going from, on this back section, that's probably a good 10 inches. Probably going to cut it back to about 12 inches to repair that one. And this is another section blown out up here. And then you got another section that's pretty much all blown out on this side too. And that's kind of on the corner angle, bending down. And you kind of see the angle it's on. Actually, that one is too. But what I have is, this is an extra top back seat, and the one that's in there, the frame is looking pretty good, but I'm going to try and steal this metal out of here and cut it up and bend it up and see if we can weld it onto there and make a better, stronger frame. Gone from there, added to there. One done. I actually ended up leaving the bottom half. I just kind of split it and inlaid a whole nother piece of pipe and kind of bent the end down and tapered it like a pencil, stuck it into there, and welded it all the way around. Alright, off to this one next. And that'd be number 2. Taken care of. I think we got one more to deal with on here. I see over here we got some patina to cut out. We'll fix that one, and then I should be ready to start figuring out how I want to go about covering these. And we got 1, and we got 2, and last but not least we got number 3. On this one I ended up taking a piece of solid stock that I had that was smaller, and I cut a window in, and I slid it on the inside and moved it back and then welded it that way. I just didn't want the dimension to grow much because this kind of sits right on the tunnel, right on the wheel well rather, so I didn't want it to sit proud at all. Alright, so now that we got a frame that's not going to fold up like a taco, I can start getting into what I want to do to make for fabric. And I think what I'm going to start with is just cutting out, I have some junk I went over in my tent garage, in my stash. I have these burlaps that I did not use, so I'm going to use some of this burlap for the covering underneath, you know, so that the springs won't wear through the foam. And then this foam over here is not very thick. It's probably, I'm going to call that a 1/2 inch, and this is the foam that goes in your carpet under your house. So I will probably cut 2 patterns out of that are roughly the top side of this. So what I'm thinking about right now is probably going to go with the burlap, 2 sections of foam, probably another piece of burlap that covers the whole thing and wraps it around, and then the fabric over the top of that. So we'll see how we make out. Alright, now that's all tucked back on in around there. Kind of starting to resemble a seat. And again, it's just tie wrapped all the way around and kind of trimmed to make the corners. This is more like wrapping presents. But again, this is not a how-to. This is just how I'm doing it. So, kind of the same idea. It's got a little hidden bling underneath. What I kind of like about the floor padding You guys look at it close. You see all the little strings that are in it? It's kind of made so it's not going to break up over time. And again, if you're walking across your floor, I guess that's the same idea, you know, what's doing underneath. So, and then this was the material I was going to use, except for this one problem, which will be quite obvious very shortly. That might be a problem. Yeah. That ain't gonna work, and it's not long enough the other way neither. So, gotta go plan B. You always gotta have a plan B. If not, just make one up. And I think that's gonna be plan B. Yeah. Well, a few more tie wraps, and an hour later, that is wrapped on, cut in place. The hardest part about the whole thing was cutting that cover, because whatever that thing is made out of is some tough chip. So anyway, it's on there, and I may still look for another the regular cover that's supposed to go on it, and a swap meet. I'd love to find an old one, but you know, who knows about that. But anyway, for now, I think that's fitting for being what it is. A moving blanket for a lumber truck. Let's go see what it looks like in. Alright, so it's off the bench and in the truck. Kind of matches the color it got painted down below, don't it? There's tie wraps underneath, so I think as it kind of stretches out and settles over time, I kind of suck it in and pull the fabric more around. But for now, I think it's good. It seems pretty comfortable. It's not like it slides underneath you when you're trying to slide in, you know, and it's got some good bounce to it. It's like feels like a box spring on a bed with moving blankets on it. But better than what I had. I think at some point I may get venturous when I have more money and actually buy the seat covers for it, but for now, a little tool around in that. Seems like it works fine. It's all there. They both, that one can swivel up, this one can swivel up, and there's storage underneath the seat. Alright. So, without further ado too, the outside is waxed all the way around, so you can kind of see the sheen that it has is how it's going to stay now. It was yesterday afternoon's deal. The bumpers are done. See from that side. That side's all done. Unfortunately, it's monsooning outside, so I can't pull it outside to look at it. But you get the idea. And you know, the top's done, the back's done. The only thing I did not do was down in the bed area more. I want this to rust out some more before I do it. If I put that on there, you know, it stops it from doing its thing. There we go. Alright guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for Sunday. I think that's a little more accomplishment, a little more knocked out of the way. It's hard to see. There you go, that's about the best I can do. Again, thanks for watching, comments, subscribing. Take care.